Hey guys, this is your girl Lira, and you're listening to Self-Reflection Podcast. Thank you guys so much for joining me on another episode. Today, I am excited to be here. I cannot wait for us to get into our conversation today. But before we jump into our conversation, I want to ask you, if you have yet to subscribe to Self-Reflection Podcast, please go ahead and hit the subscription button. I greatly appreciate it as we are looking to grow our community here on Self-Reflection Podcast. As a small creator on this platform, growing this platform has been one of the biggest challenge that we have experienced, but also one of the greatest blessings that we have experienced with the new people that continue to subscribe to Self-Reflection Podcast. So if you haven't subscribed yet, I would greatly appreciate it if you can hit that subscription button. Also, share the podcast with your friends, family members, and on your social media. You never know who might resonate with the conversation that we are talking about today. And if you find the podcast interesting, I'm sure that there's somebody in your life that connects on that same vibration as you as well. I want to say that Self-Reflection Podcast, it's a family-friendly conversation that we have on this platform. So this is definitely a podcast that you can play when you are cooking your dinners for the holidays, having friends over, having children around, right? This is a podcast that you can listen to. So if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and hit the subscription button. Again, thank you guys so much for joining me on Self-Reflection Podcast. I'm excited to bring back our guest, Jackie. Jackie, thank you so much for coming back onto Self-Reflection Podcast.
Thank you for your kind invitation. I am delighted to come back.
Yeah, I'm excited. Okay, so last time you were here, we talked about your FAQ formula. But before we get into, talking about the sales part of things, and I just want to say, guys, today we're talking more about mindset. The mindset behind the yes. So if you are somebody that has a business and you're looking to grow your business and you want that mindset perspective shift, this might be the right episode for you. But before we talk about the mindset and the FAQ formula, I know you recently just had a trip, which I'm so nosy. But please, introduce yourself again really briefly, as much as you want.
Yes.
And let our family here know, for those that didn't listen to our last conversation, who Jackie is.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Jackie Wu. I am the founder and CEO of Treasure Life's Journey. And currently, I also serve as the board director and programs chair for National Speaker Association Northwest. And I just come back from the trip, as you mentioned.
Yes.
Into my chapter of Seattle, and then share the stage with the Hall of Fame speaker. Her name is Patricia Fripp. She was the first female president for the National Speaker Association. And I am so honored to be with her. And during the time when in my business, also like on the road to do the speaking, I usually give the speech and work with professional or entrepreneur to help them to be able to have the opportunity to get a yes in just one conversation on the spot.
Yes.
Because I think that life is too precious. We all have limited time. We all have limited energy. So it's better for us to be able to get it so highly effective. And so just in one talk we have with the other, both of us will be able to get the yes. And that's what I love. And when I visit the Seattle on last Saturday on our event, it was actually the biggest event the chapter ever had in their past 40 years of existence. And then I was invited to have like a member spotlight. And in there, I share my signature talk on one conversation to yes. How one can land the high value opportunity fastest in just one conversation without the lengthy follow-up, without the drawn-out negotiation and the burnout.
Yes.
And so I am amazed because the speech was well received. I got so many audience come to me right afterward, have a talk and ask question. And I am also very, very honored to get the endorsement from several Hall of Fame speakers.
Yeah.
On the FAQ formula on how one be able to be so inspiring, so motivated in just one conversation, be able to get a yes, either for a opportunity or yes in the conversation with the loved one or at work. And I am still full of gratitude
Yeah.
for the endorsement, especially for the, as you know, Hall of Fame speaker. If someone have been in the speaking arena for 20, 30 years, they give him many speeches. And then one of the Hall of Fame speaker, his name is Bill Stanton. He actually is the 29-time Emmy Award winner. He is amazing, rare Hall of Fame speaker. And he come to me, he say, Jackie, I heard so many speeches about sales, about close sale in my life. But for you to be able to make such difficult topic of close sale quickly in one conversation in just 3 simple steps of the FAQ formula and be able to walk the audience through it so quickly is amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, and then he say beyond that, Jackie, because you not only explain the step, you actually did it. You've been there, you done that, you've been successful, and then because my background before I have my own business, as we know, I start my career from Stanford University at Human Resources, right? And then from there, I advanced to work with many of the Fortune 500 company, and then had ranked the top 1% salesperson nationally many times. And because of that, I learned a way in the corporate enterprise world on how they literally can close sell very quickly. Because if we were in an environment like I did, it's a $42 billion annual sale. Year in, year out, about 42 billion or more annual sale, the sale conversion have to be fast, have to be effective. We don't have time to go out there networking just for the sake of networking. We don't have time to figure it out. So we literally have to do things highly effective. And because of that, so when I had to have my own business during the pandemic, because my loved one need me at the time, I was like, this is not a good time to have business at all during the pandemic time. But my mentor and my coach, right, they told me, they say, Jackie, you have proven your journey in corporate world. You're so good at sell. You literally can sell ice to Eskimo and make tons of profit. So don't worry about it. But if your loved one, you're not with them, you will regret your entire life. So make the right decision. And so when I have my business, as you know, it's not a perhaps, it's not a, okay, maybe it is, have to make it work.
Yes.
Because my mom, my family would not want me to just be there and babysit them. Right?
Yes.
They want me to be productive even we're there for them at the last mile. So I think to myself, I say, okay, if that's the case, I started a business. I have no money for marketing. I have no network. I don't have anyone to give me any of the hands at that time. I'm like, okay, what can I do so I can be sure that I be able to have my business run up very fast? And that's how I think of the FAQ formula. I think that I need to be able to literally on the feet when I start on the ground, when I talk to the prospect, I should be able to expedite the process so fast.
Yes.
That instead of traditionally business owner have to talk and then follow up and then emailing and then texting and then DM, and they say around a day you have to touch like 12 times the account to close. I can't afford it. So I'm like, how can I consolidate those 3 steps into one step?
Yes.
So in just that one conversation, I be able to close it. And that what become my signature style of the one conversation to yes. The fastest way to land high value opportunity through the 3 steps of the FAQ formula. And by using that, I have my business launch at a startup finder in under 1 year. I use the formula. I have planned across multiple continents, and this has been grown very, very fast. And I have to say that I am very grateful that at the beginning when I first started my business, I didn't have money to go for marketing, but I think to myself, I said, okay, who is the one person I can talk to that really helped me to give me a little bit of hand? So with that person, maybe the guidance, maybe the influence, I'll be able to see things in a bigger perspective and I can fly faster.
Yeah.
Right? And so I was thinking, okay, if I have my business in state of California, the best person perhaps to have with is to have a conversation with our current state treasurer, Fiona Ma. Because her office, they oversee over $4 trillion funding in our state. If I can talk to her and then have her endorse my program using the quick cell conversion, then that means that the formula works. That means that if I were to go out there and work with small business owner, is a proven. So with that said, I packed my bag from San Jose, Silicon Valley, to all the way to Sacramento and have a talk with her. Our treasurer, she is an amazing lady. She is kind. She is very helpful. She is really into helping small business to advance. And then I have a conversation with her, and I use a very similar way of how that the conversation is well constructed. Right, very inspiring and motivating. And in less than 7 minutes, I gained her support for my very first coaching program for the state of California small business owner. So they be able to accelerate growth without the burnout, without the setback. And that I'm like, wow, now I can be at peace with myself. Knowing that the formula actually works. If it works with the person, the one of the most important decision maker in the world, fourth largest economy, then I'm sure it's work for most of us, for most of the business owner. And I'm thinking back, I say, well, let me make sure, because I'm a very risk averse person, as you know, Lira. I'm I love my corporate work because I have my paycheck every 2 weeks, right? And I have my salary, my bonus, my commission, my retirement, my healthcare. I don't have to worry about things. But now that I'm a small business owner, I say, okay, if my strategy that work for the high level, I wonder if it work more like on the field. Because most of my clients, most of the people I work with would be entrepreneur in small business as a new or emerging one, or professional in a corporate world. They want to advance, right? Or the revenue generated professional. I never think back. I say, oh, actually, it's one fun fact is that when I work for Tiffany and Company, you know, the one that sells the diamond, the engagement ring. And I remember one time that I literally closed a $228,000 sale in under 30 minutes with someone I just met. I'm like, okay, now the FAQ formula work in a regular environment, work in the high value one, then it should work for everyone. And so because of that, I am very, very grateful with a lot of encouragement from my mentor, from Hall of Fame speakers, and then from a lot of kind, nice people like Fiona, the treasurer. I travel around our country and around the world for webinar, and I give speeches, and I also work with small business owner, entrepreneur, and help them on that how they too can in just one conversation be able to secure the opportunity, get a yes. And I know that because a lot of my client come around the world across multiple continents, different culture, different background, the formula work. And a lot of my clients also professional. work in a corporate world. They want to advance. Some of them have some of the mental challenging, like a woman work in the high-tech world, right? It's a very different challenge.
Yes.
So I help them on the confident empowerment. And then the FAQ formula literally is beyond sales. It is a formula for skillful, tactful, persuasive communication. So either we go out there as a business owner, we talk to the prospect. So in one conversation, we find each other a good match, then we work and sign a contract. Or we talk with our loved one. We talk with our boyfriend, our girlfriend, our family. And if we want them to go with us, then we also need to be very persuasive, right? We need to be very inspiring. We need to be very cordial.
Yes.
So the FAQ formula is actually across all industry, across in the daily life. It literally is a tactful communication to get the best result in just one conversation. Peacefully too.
I love that. Okay. So are we going to get the formula today? The
Yes.
FAQ formula?
Yes.
Okay. I would love to know about the mindset behind that. Like, how do we begin to shift our belief system when it comes down to the FAQ formula to be able to adapt it?
Yes. Just a quick one on the FAQ formula so we get a sense of what it is.
Yes.
Right. So FAQ, the reason I create the word FAQ because it's simple, it's easy to remember. FAQ just like frequent asked question, right? When we go to any website, when we go to any program, at the end they say frequent asked question, then you remember that's an FAQ.
Yeah.
So that's a 3-step, right? Before we talk to anyone and we hope to get their collaboration. Right. So here are the 3 steps we want.
Yes.
Right. So the F is stand for find your own avatar or the ideal person that you would like to achieve the goal. Talk with that person. And then the second one is access their qualification. Right? Let's say that it is for a business. Business is meant to generate revenue or whichever the business owner would like to get. Let's say for the simplicity of our
Use
conversation.
me.
Yeah, use you. Rita, you are so kind. You beyond a business and influencer. So let's say it's for your business, right? And then if your business, let's say it's for revenue, right?
Yeah.
Then you would like to qualify the prospect, right? Is the process before you talk to them, are they the decision maker? How many times that entrepreneur go out there and talk to the prospect, everything's went very well, right? The feature is good, the benefit is good, everything is good, until that we ask for the investment, they just disappear.
Yeah.
And we're like cricket. Like, I need to talk to my boyfriend, my girlfriend, and we never hear back. This
Yeah.
like going to the black hole. So in the A step, within the FAQ is for access their qualification. If we were to find out, are they the decision maker that we should talk at this time? If they don't, then don't delay the conversation. Because especially in your own business, right? Nobody can convey your business as great and as persuasive as you do. So don't give your power away. If they're not ready, they say, oh, I need to have my spouse or my partner make the decision. Invite them both. If they not come, then don't talk at that time, right? And then after that, make sure that the need they have is also matched with what you need. Right? In the FAQ formula, in the F step, last episode we touched in more detail, is that we need to know what bucket of business we are in. Right? Because in business, we have immediate revenue, right? We have a short-term revenue. For me, the short-term is from 6 months to 2 years is short-term. Immediate revenue is now to 6 months, that's immediate revenue, right? Then short-term revenue, the long-term revenue. So let's say that if I were to go into the networking event, right? If I would like to maybe get to know more people and perspective, I would usually think of, okay, where am I in my business revenue journey right now, right? My business is based on the quarter, every quarter, right? Let's say that this quarter would be for October, November, December. right? Now is toward the end of November. I already achieved the goal that I want. So when I go for the holiday party, I go to networking, then I will entertain the idea. Talk to someone that may have a need 6 years from now, 10 years from now,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Then I will talk and then we connected. But if I were at the beginning of the quarter, let's say in the first week of October, that is the week I need to generate revenue or whatever I need for my business. I only focus on the immediate need, right? So if the person don't have the need for my service at that time, then I cannot afford to spend the time with them. So I may do networking. I will say, oh, hi, very nice to meet you. Let's get together. I will put that maybe a Zoom 3 months from now, maybe Zoom 6 months from now, right? But I would not spend so much time to join into it right now because I believe one of the challenging the entrepreneur have, right, is we work so hard and at the end of the day, there's nothing to count for.
Yeah.
And that is so unfortunate. I wish that, right, if they have like a popular program that will teach the aspiring entrepreneur right, what they do, because otherwise people will get in debt before they even take off to become a business owner, because so many things out there and just want our attention, just want our money and teach everything, but none of them really critical until that we can bring revenue
Yeah.
or whatever into the business, right? So the second step in of assess the qualification for whether or not they have the need is important. The last one is, do they have the funding or whichever that a business owner asks for, right? If the business owner, let's say that if they have the business because they want to spend more time to take care of their loved one, well, would working with the client give them a flexibility of time or not? Right? If the client is so challenging, it's like they have to stick to work with exact time regardless what it is. That's not the right client for them.
Yes.
Right? Because they have businesses for the flexibility. So they need to know. So that the A's of assess the qualification will help business owner a lot of time to bypass all of the challenge of lengthy follow-up, the drawn-out negotiation, the one that works so long time for nothing. Because like when we start our journey at business, right, people don't tell us that it could take a very long time to get the revenue coming in, but it can be shortened if we know how to convert the sale quickly, right? But nobody tell us on that side of convert the sale quickly. They only tell us, oh, okay, let's say if the person is a coach, right? They keep like, oh, you go and then learn more on your coaching skills so you can serve the client better. But what is the point of keep learning the coaching skill when you cannot bring in the revenue for your business? It's just not balanced, right? So because of that, the A in the access the qualification is the point of the balance, right? Before an entrepreneur come in and talk to a prospect, they kind of like get a sense of what to expect. It's only fair, right? When the entrepreneur create maximum impact and also get the financial reward or whatever they've already asked for. Because so many of many of my clients, when they first start their business, because they're so passionate about making other people have a better quality of life or fix what's wrong that to them, right? So they
Yes.
keep going out there and people say, oh, you go out there, you do networking, you give people free service, you build a community online, and eventually they come and to use your service. Well, how long is that eventually will go? Okay, I have my client usually take 3 to 5 years, and during 3 to 5 years, they keep giving things for free. They keeping do things right. They be lucky if that prospect ever come back and to hire them or to use their service, and even they come back. If they divide the time that they give for free for whatever they actually get now, they get paid less than
Yes.
McDonald's, like less than like a minimum pay work. Why should one subject oneself to that? Right? So that's why I think that the A assess their qualification step is so critical. They need to know as a business owner what stage are they in right now. Immediate revenue, short-term revenue, or long-term revenue. act accordingly,
Yeah.
right? So the Q step is the quick sell close, right? Quick sell close is very simple. If we were like you, when you talk to your client, you know those are the ideal client, the right client for you, right? And you qualify them that they are the right decision maker. They have the need for your service right now. They have the funding. Then you just consolidate what they just told you, right? And they say that, okay, I want 10 widgets and I want that in 3 months. And this is the quality I want. Then give them the proposal exactly at that what they want.
Yes.
If that's what you can offer. So for most of the prospect, right? People come to us because they have a need for the survey. Nobody just come and for the fun of it, right? So if we can give them exactly what they want at the budget that they want, at the time that they want, of course, with your very kind, very caring, they go with you, right? And so that is the quick sell close. That is the best way to close the sale on the spot. And that's why that for my business, when I start my business during the pandemic, majority, I would say 99.9% of my prospect have a conversation with me. They know there's only one conversation. And in that one conversation, then we find out whether we have a good match, are we personality-wise good one, the need. And if we work, we work. If not, we park as friend. But I'm not into follow-up. I don't ever follow up with them. And I don't do email marketing. I'm like, if you wanted to, you come back. I think about it. If you come back, I have the space. If not, then we part way. Because I do that, my turnaround is so fast for my business. And that's why in under 1 year, I serve clients across multiple continents. And when I go for like networking, I feel very peaceful at heart because I know what I need to do for my business. Because my business, as you know, Lira, is one that I get the revenue and subject any of the expended, I donate all of them to charity. Right? For people that need help, they work so hard and cannot even make it. So I feel that a moral responsibility that if I can bring in tiny little income to give like the masses of people needed, I should do my part. And because of it, if I am in the revenue generated mode, I am not into any networking for many years later. Okay. So when I'm done, I already have whatever I need for my charity, then I can entertain that idea. That is for business owner, entrepreneur. The same thing for our career, for our home life, the same thing, right? Let's say that if our audience, right, are in profession, right, and then in certain profession, if they need to hit whatever the goal the company asks of them, stay focused on that goal. Don't try to do something in the future that not even come yet and will jeopardize it. Use the same FAQ formula, right? Let's say that if in like I work in a corporate world, right? In let's say Stanford University HR, right? There are always many projects coming at the same time, right? But then I need to decide what are my goals, what are my main goals in 1 month I need to achieve. 1 quarter I need to achieve, okay, and 1 year I need to achieve. Time to allocate accordingly is very important. Right? And for the business nowadays, it's even more critical for the employees to be productive. Because AI now can do a lot of base work, right? Human, we still important when we do high level and then use AI to take advantage. And because of that, the FAQ formula even come in more critical because it's no longer that we take our time and learn the skill and be able to slowly do it. Now everything, most of them work at the speed of light. Where in Silicon Valley is AI is top of the world. Things work very fast, right? So if we use the FAQ formula and then we allocate the right time, allocate the right energy, then we be able to get the result at the time we want and be able to do that in the sequence. That's the right sequence. Because the element even in our home, right? If we want to use the FAQ formula for our loved one, let's say that if I would like to talk to my family member to take vacation with me, then based on the FAQ formula, I should find out in my family who would be the one that most supportive me of that idea? Not everybody would be support the same thing. I
Yeah.
better find the right person first. That's the A part, right? And then the A part is assess the qualification. Then before I talk to that member, I'm thinking, okay, this is the trip. This is how much it's cost. Am I gonna pay for it or somebody else to pay for it? If that person pay, are they in the condition to pay for it, right? If they are in challenge right now, don't even talk, right? That's not going anywhere. But if they have a little bit of like flexible, then the time to talk, right? And then also beyond that, is the vacation is a need for them right now? It's maybe a need for me. I may need to go take vacation like next year, right? And because I work so hard, I need to go. But for them, may not be. Maybe they just take a vacation. They don't want anymore. So this needs to be a match, right?
Yes.
Right. So a need for that, and also, are they the decision maker? Right? If they are the one have to go to so many layers in my family to get the decision, and they don't really have an influence on anyone, well, not a good idea to talk to them at this time.
Yes.
Right? So that's the A's in the app A, right? And when I got that, the Q is I just talk to them. If they are the right decision maker, if they also, like me, like to have the vacation, right? And they also have the budget with it, and we say, voila, that's it. We just go online and book and go.
Yeah.
Right? So no need to persuade, no need to follow up, no need to have to tie their hand and doing things. It should be natural. The even close sale or the close conversation in yes should be natural. And of course, because of the short time we have on our show, right? When the sales cycle, the long sales cycle be different, right? If they were to sell real estate, I have many of my clients that I work with, they're in real estate. If they sell the property for about $3 to $5 million, of course, we cannot expect them to close right away, but use the same formula, break it down.
Yeah.
Right, for that. And so for me, since I know the FAQ formula, it make my life so easier, like so easier. Whenever I step out to meet anyone, talk with anyone, I know exactly what I need to do. Right, and then so I respect other people's time, and I also would love other people expect my time. Right, so the FAQ is the right balance. And to your question, what is the mindset that needs to the FAQ, right? For me, the mindset, like I mentioned last time, and I love you asked similar question last time. It's so wonderful. I take that question from last time. You said an apply for it, right? I think that the mindset is I worth it. I worth every penny of it, right? So if we know our worth, right, and we know the people that surrounding us will be able to work together to achieve a greater goal, then the FAQ formula will help us a lot. Make it more determined, right? Because if we don't, people have different agenda. They may not be at kind at wanting things for the win-win, because some people they only want win-lose.
Yes.
Right? And we want to stay away from that win-lose by using the FAQ formula for mutual benefit, right? And then also ourselves as the person use it, we always have to remember we worth it. We worth every penny of it. If they try to play trick, if they try to be manipulative, if they bully, well, we don't have to stay with them because the world is big. It's a over 7.5 billion people in this world we can connect with. So choose wisely.
Yeah. Wow, thank you. I also, you talked about helping women with confidence. What are some of the things that you have found that women are not confident about, especially in this business space? Because I was recently talking to one of my clients, and she was saying that when she used to go to a job interview, she would never bargain. She would never say, I deserve more money. But she said all her male coworkers usually say, I deserve more money, so to pay. So, and we got into that conversation, like, is it a confidence thing for women? So now that I hear you talk about it, I wonder if it's a confidence thing. Why do women never ask for more pay when they get offered?
Yeah, it actually is a big question that needs to be addressed, right? And I love you ask that question because I think that very, very deep, many different layers, right? Is culturally speaking, is society speaking, right? Is the home environment and the work environment. Think about it, right? Even when we were born as a child, right? I know that I come from an Asian family. To this day, they still almost the same way. a boy baby is almost everything because he carried the name of the family, right? The girl is not, right? So they kind of like already discrimination right there, the gender. They don't tell us, but that's what it is, right? And so when the way that they teach the guy, they teach boy different than teach girl.
Yes.
Right, the boy in many cultures around the world, even some of them probably in the United States too, right? Especially not on the two coastline, but maybe in the center of United States, more like a rural or somewhere that not as modern, right? And for a lot of the world country, right? So when they they teach the boy to go out there and conquer the world. Right, they will do whatever necessary. That they have no problem to assert themselves. Right, they will go out there and listen and learn and bargain because they know their worth. They bargain. If not, then they know there's an other way for them. They don't have to stuck about it. And then when that opportunity is not working, it's not a failure. It's a learning experience for them as a boy. Right. As a girl, we were taught differently. Right, we thought to be the supportive one. Right, we thought to be the one that supposed to make people happy. We should not be that picky. Right, if they give us something, we should be grateful. We should not be begging with it. And then because of that, and then when we go out there, we feel very awkward to negotiate. Right, that's one thing. The other thing is the upbringing. A lot of time, girl, I think even to this day, a lot of places in the world and in the country does not have the equal rights in the education setting, in the family setting, right? And then so maybe boy have more opportunity to advance, right? And then I know that for many of the Asian family, the other type family is still like if they have, let's say that one male and 2-3 girls, if the family is in poverty or not very up to par financially, they will sacrifice everything for the boy to go to school on the expense of the girl, right? So know it's very, very well. And because of that, women, we are in less advantage, right? With the society bow us that we have to be supported, be happy, right? To please other people. And on the other hand, we don't have knowledge, skill, and ability to fight the equal right. Right? So when we go out there, get a job, we feel like, we're lucky if they give us a job. And they know it. The employer, they know it, right? They know that when get for the woman, work very hard, much harder than the other gender, and pay little. And they don't complain. Right? And you just keep them to work and they keep doing it. Right? And so that is something we need to change. And I think that's where mentor is important, coaching. Right? I know that in my journey, as you know, I come to this country, barely spoke English and penniless, right? And because of that, my first 10 years and over here was very hard life for me, right? I worked minimum pay job. And then still worry that if I don't have a job in one paycheck, I probably would end up homeless because I have no saving, right? And then what your client mentioned to you is happened to me. I feel just lucky. If they give me a job, I am so lucky. I should be grateful. Whatever the amount they ask me, I better not bargain because I may not have a job. You see? So but it took me like 10 years, more than 10 years. And in my family during the reunion, right? My family, we come in. And then I talk to my cousin, I talk to my friend, I talk to my neighbor. I'm like, I've been to this country for 10 years. We escaped Vietnam war zone so we can have a peaceful life, a life that financially speaking, we don't have to worry. But what did I get for 10 years? Work hard for almost nothing. I'm still worried about things financially. I couldn't sleep so at night time. I'm like, this is not okay. Maybe this is something that I'm not doing right. Perhaps I should be wiser. Perhaps I should reach out to learn from other people and not for me to reinvent the wheel. I don't have to reinvent the wheel because what I want to be successful, so many people to be successful. All I want is a life that not to worry about things financially. Right? And then be safe. I'm safe in United States. There's no war zone shooting. So I'm safe. Right? So that is, thankfully, that's good. Right? And then now I should be able to make a living. And I'm talking to myself. I say, okay, I can either keep doing what I'm doing for sure. 20, 30 years from now, I get it. But that is too high of a cost, right? What if I can learn from someone already achieve what I want so they can share with me they try and error. I don't have to go through the try and error. They already do, right? And they can show me the blueprint to success. If I can find those people, I can shorten my learning journey. I don't get burned out and I be successful. And that literally changed my life. I wish that we grow up, have someone taught us that. Okay, it's a grow up. It's like, of course, our parent, nobody teach them to be a parent. There's no degree to become a parent, right?
Yeah.
Back then, and then even now. So they do the best they can, and because they do the best they can, they try and error themselves, right? And then so we as children, I think we suffer in a way, right? So and then when I have my mentor guide me very differently, like guide me so different the way that I do things, and then they build in confidence in me. I have 3 mentors, like, right? One mentor is come from Johnson & Johnson. She is like accounting financial analyst. She teach me the value of getting paid the right amount for my time and effort. And because she worked in such a big company, they structure very well. And she's also an immigrant with like me. And then her past growing up, I'm like, oh, that's a different way of doing things. I need to value my own. I cannot just give it away.
Yeah.
And then whatever, I'm like, they can just work all over me. And at the end, somebody get the credit. I don't. Right? So that's first mentor is so important, right? And my second mentor, he worked for Lockheed Martin. Right, and to this day is still one of the top defense company, right? And then so when he come and then he guide me, and he literally share with me, he say, Jackie, there is no point of trying so hard, work so hard to try to climb the corporate ladder, and when you get up there, you look at the other side, that's not what you want.
Yeah.
You need to know your value first. That's what the FAQ based on it. Right? Need to know what are the ideal outcome you want first. In the corporate world, in the world business, it's a jungle out there. It's like an Amazon jungle, right? And then we are like a loose one. We don't know where to go, right? But with the right mentor, they kind of like give us the perspective, like a broader. In like, I always imagine, I'm like, okay, if I were to go back in my former Jackie, right? I am in my career. I'm like, I was in the middle Amazon jungle. I try to get out. I don't know which way to go. I spend so much time to figure it out, right? But having a mentor, the mentor will take me on a 10,000 mile journey up in the helicopter up there. From up there, I'm looking down. Now I see exactly where is the exit, right? So I just go that one. Instead of me going around, maybe go to the other side instead of this side. So I be able to achieve it faster. That's what mentor and coaches does, right? And with that mentor help, and then I come to know that moving to different career, right? From human resources to sales, it take a lot of sales understanding, a lot of soul searching, right? And have the mentor to guide me over that is so critical, because in the world of sales, as most of us know, they don't tell us, but this is the truth. And then it's better for us to know as a sales professional, even entrepreneur, right? Sales is like the carrot in front of the horse. They never means to reach it. So a lot of company, they set the goal of the quota. It's not mean for the employee to hit it at all time. That cause a lot of trauma.
Yes.
Okay,
I can see that.
it's like the goal that is just not mean to hit, and when they hit, now they increase it, right? And so that therefore in the world, that is the element that if any of the professional working environment that need to understand and have a mentor to guide you, make it easier, right? And the same for the workplace, the same for the promotion, right? And then company have different way of doing things. Hopefully, a lot of company would be the one that do the right thing, but not all of them, right? So we have to be very aware of it. Very aware that the carrot in front of the horse is quite popular in that one, right? And then also many of my clients, right, they come to me for like life coach to help build confidence. Is broke my heart to hear that so many parents maybe unintentionally treat their children that way. Many of my clients, especially in Australia, right? I'm not sure why, but a lot in that country, the parent like give the child a goal. When the child about to hit the goal, they move the goal further. So the child, they move further. It's like gaslit them. They never achieve it. So that is damaging to their confidence.
Yeah.
Because they feel like life is just never meant for them to be successful, right? And I think as a parent, parents should be the one that most supportive of the child, because that's their first environment. That's where they learn the rope, right? But many of them don't. And many of my clients, they come, I was like quite a shocking experience. Many of them like about 60, 70 years old. They come to me and then just to make peace in a sense, right? Because their parent, they took care of their parent, have Alzheimer, dementia, just passed away. They hated it. They so hated it. And now that they look at the world in a different angle, when they look at their children, it's a different angle too, right? So when they come to talk to me and I share with them, they say, wow, Jackie, I cannot believe that the world could be different than what I experienced, right? It had been entire life journey that's so hard on me, right? And then because of the not confident from the environment, when they go through life, they have problem with relationship, right? And they have problem with workplace because people can just walk all over them, right? And then they also have problem with their children. Because they are not confident themselves. So they cannot teach their children to be confident. So it's like a generational thing.
Yeah.
Right? So when I talk to them and then help them to understand it, I feel that our humanity is such a beautiful fabric, and it just sometimes it had hole in it. Like so many hole in it, right? So that's why I believe your show is important for mental health, for trauma, talk things out, learn from each other experience, right? Because not always in our immediate environment we have that opportunity to talk. Sometimes the people negatively impact us, maybe not intentionally, or maybe they do, but we have to know ourselves. Right, we have to know ourselves. We cannot expect other people do the best they can to please us, because if we do that, we suffer. Right, but if we to have the wisdom, right, to say that okay, the world is big. There are nice people, there are kind people that want us to be successful, and then just get those people into your circle. Right, have a good time with them. You will come to realize, oh my God, this world is so beautiful. Like me right now, right? I'm very lucky that I'm surrounding myself with the people that support me, and then we share the common goal. We laugh like crazy on the daily one. We laugh so much, and if there's any challenge, we're like, okay, we put our head together and work. If it not work out, it's not a failure. It's a learning experience, right? And so we support each other. So I wake up with a big smile in my face, look at the mirror, and proud of myself. Right? Say, okay, Jackie, gonna go out there, have fun, right? Be of a service to make the world a better place. At the end of the day, I look at my planner because I do an FAQ. I know what result I should get at the end of the day, and I actually track it, right? So when I track it, I'm like, oh, I achieved the goal. Oh, that goal I supposed to achieve 3 months before, but because I solidly focus and I achieve it. Like the one that when I come back from my last week from the Hall of Fame, speaker shared the stage, right? And I never thought that my calendar was so busy, like so busy. I'm glad that you reach out and connect with me. Otherwise, I have a hard time to remember today the podcast. Forgive me. And then and one of them is for the Silicon Valley Chamber of Commerce. We're gonna have like a game committee support the next year Super Bowl 60. And also for the FIFA World Cup, right? Then we have event to do that. We have meeting to do that, and I have an other meeting event to go. I'm like so busy, but then because of the FAQ, it keep me in touch, right? I'm saying, okay, I have several speaking engagement. I need to tie them up, right? I need to tie, because if I let busy just be busy, I will work so hard for nothing. At the end, I'm exhausted and don't know why I do what I do right? So because I have my plan, I follow up and I check. Then the result come out is great. I got invited to speak in one of the we call MPI, which is Meeting Planner Professional event in Oregon. It's amazing because the audience, most of them are the event planner, are sales manager, are the people that work with hotel, work with different event, and then bring all of the special meeting come together. And I am honored to share with them the quick sell close conversion. And I love that they asked me, Jackie, in your speech, can you not use PowerPoint? I say, fabulous. I just want to talk like this. So it's a perfect one, right? And it did, because I keep that in mind. So when her email come in and she need me to sign the contract, I sign right away, right? Because otherwise, if I don't keep in mind, I may say, okay, later, it's not need now. And I may pass the deadline, or I may not have that in my calendar. Then if it's not in my calendar, then I keep doing things that may not be that impactful, right? And so I think that a long answer to your question. I think that for us to have the right mentor or the friend, the one that share the same value, support each other, right, is the important thing. And I think that the mindset, I believe, is very important. It has served me well. The mindset is very important. Is I don't expect other people do things for me. I don't. I expect nothing, because I expect nothing. Whatever they give, even little, I'm so grateful. And then little thing add up, little thing add up, right? And they be happy to come and talk to me, because maybe the little thing they give other people don't even pay attention, right? For me, it means the world, because they don't have to be nice. But if they be nice, that's very kind of them, right? So that's one thing. The other thing that I think the mindset also important for the FAQ formula, and I think this have helped me dramatically to get the right mentor. I always think that it is very kind of other to be my mentor. They are not obligated to be my mentor, right? Out of the goodness of their heart. And because of it, if they share with me some wisdom, something that work well, and this may be beneficial to me, I'm grateful. I think about it, right? And then so when I follow that advice, right, and then that get out a good result, I give them the full credit. Because without them, I wouldn't know about it, right? And so, but life is a box of chocolate. Sometimes like we do our best, but it doesn't mean the result come out well, right? So if it's not well, I never ever want blame them, because it is my fault, right? If I listen to the advice, I should think carefully. I should plan, right? And I should track. If I didn't do it and things did not go to the best result, it is me to blame it. Nothing's to do with my mentor and my friend. And because of it, I get help so easily. People just so want to help me because it's feel like us, our human being, right? It feels so good when we help other and be acknowledged. And that's why for me, I don't get here have a fulfilling life, career and business by myself. It took a village to help me, right? And because of that, I'm passionate about giving back. Pay forward. That's why I love your show, because I know your show when I first started this journey in this country. I should help me without having to spend the 10 years of suffering. And then just like we talk, right? What we learn can be a transformation to other. Maybe this conversation hopefully can help somebody be able to achieve the goal sooner than I do. Hopefully you'll be able to get your goal 20 years sooner than I do. That will make me feel so happy.
When you were speaking, one of the things that came to my mind was the fact that the FAQ formula can also help with procrastination. And I kind of picture myself in that space as well. I was like, ooh, a lot of times I procrastinate, but what if I apply the FAQ formula to the reason why I'm procrastinating? Why do we procrastinate in that as much as we do? Because even business people procrastinate as well.
We all procrastinate. We all. It's just different level, different intensity. I procrastinate all the time. If I were to do everything on my to-do list, I would not have time to breathe, for sure. So I need to procrastinate, right? But I decide what to procrastinate. Right, so that's the different point. And then it's a learning journey. I wouldn't know how until I go through the process, right? So I think that the procrastinate maybe fundamentally is because it's not that urgent at the time. Because if anything's urgent need to be done, we will run very fast to get it done. Right? It procrastinate is because it's not important. Well, it's not important. Perhaps we should categorize it. For me, in my book, right, any task before I do, I put that in a different category. I think one of the very well-known author, I forgot his name. He's the author of 7 Effective Habits or something. Very well-known book. And then in there, he explained, let's say that imagine in front of you is the rectangle, right? And then you just divide in 4 different corner or different
Yes.
corner, right? On the top left is the task that is urgent and important, right? So so let's say let's do it from the beginning. We do the urgent. On the top left is urgent. At the bottom is important, right? The 2, like imagine like 4 different locations. Right?
Yes.
The top left is the task that urgent and important, right? That need to get done first, right? The bottom one is not urgent but important. For example, we need to talk to someone, like you need to talk to the guest, you invite them to come in. It's important but not urgent. They don't have to appear right here in 1 minute, right?
Yeah.
So that is the other one. And the one that on the top right, right, is urgent but it's not important. For example, I mark the telephone call coming in. It's urgent, it's ringing, but it's not important. We don't have to pick it up, right? And the bottom on the right side is not important and not urgent. Now that's task. Feel free to procrastinate all the time, right? So if we were to look at those 4 corners, right? So the way that I see things in the morning when I wake up, right? I'm like, okay, what is the task that is urgent and important? I put that on like a 3 list that needs to be done today, right? That I have to do that first, right? Then I go to the next one is important but not urgent, right? Like and then I say, okay, that is like connect with the event planner for the next one. They ask me question, I need to answer, but I don't answer at this time, maybe today or tomorrow, right? That one. Then I will look back into on the top one. This one over here is urgent but not important. Well, good luck to give a phone call because I'm not gonna pick it up.
Yeah.
And then that give me peace. Also, my phone on silent. So if the people important to me, they have my cell phone. You have my cell phone number, right? So when you text, I know, okay, answer right away. But beside that, take their time. Take the cue, all right?
Yes.
And then so the one that on the bottom right, like not important, not urgent, without saying. So for me, if I were to procrastinate, and I procrastinate all the time, so in the sample, the bottom right, absolutely procrastinate. The top one, the next one. This one, I try not to procrastinate, right? If I can, but this on the top, never procrastinate, right? And I track them, right? And then I have like they call it like a hair salon 15 minutes appointment book, like a planning book, and that they have the time in 15 minutes. I track my time 15 minutes on a daily basis. So sometimes I'm so busy that I do things I don't remember. Why did I do what I do? I'm like at the end of the day, I'm exhausted. I'm like, what did I do today? So I get wiser. Now I track my time. Right? Every 2 hours, I write down what I do. And so and I color code it. Right? So if it relates to business, blue color. Is it for my family? Green color. Is it for me? Orange color. If it's for my boyfriend, purple color, right? Not exactly that color, but color like that. So when I look at it, I'm like, oh, wow, okay. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are business day, should be blue for most of the time, right? If I do anything else, that's a problem. Need to adjust, right? So those 3 days, you look at that, blue, right? It is like on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's the time with my family. I took my family out to grocery shopping. That would be more green, right? More purple, and a little bit time for Jackie, orange, right? And then the one that for the Thursday and the Friday is for self-developing. So maybe more on the orange on the Thursday. So when I look at my planner, I'm very content.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, I have a section that say, what did I achieve today? Right? That I put like a 3 going over. Did I achieve it? If not, that would be the first thing the next morning, right? So when I do it, because of that, they say entrepreneur is hustle. It is hustle, right? But I look at my calendar, I feel so happy because I got the opportunity to do what I love to do as an entrepreneur, and I be able to control my output, right? And I have the time to do at the time that I want. I think the beauty of entrepreneur and the beauty of a human being, I think, is ultimately is the freedom to control our calendar, right? And then if we can control our calendar, everything perfect. Right? There's so many ways to get revenue. There's so many ways to have a good life. But time is what we can never have. When we lost it, we lost it. So if we can control that schedule and use the FAQ, it's like iron claw.
Yes.
Work.
I'm definitely going to steal that. The square box,
Yeah,
I'm definitely going to steal that. And
Yeah.
also the color coding.
Yes.
That's something that I definitely will be taking from your page of books. So
Yeah.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
You know,
Yeah.
and I hope that anyone else that's listening is stealing these practical ideas on how to like manage their time, manage time with friends, family members. Also, I feel like you can also use this when it comes down to emotions, you know, because when you talk about the whole thing, my mind usually goes to like, hey, self, like care and mental health, right? And I saw this like, you can, you know, color code forgiveness,
Yeah.
trauma,
Yeah.
right? That's where my mind kind of went to like, and throughout the day, you set up like 5 minutes of like, okay, you know, for 5 minutes at 12 p.m.,
Yeah.
I'm going to, you know, take deep breaths and relax.
Yeah.
And then maybe in the evening time, I'll set 15 minutes to do journaling about my trauma and heal that as well.
Right.
Yeah, that's where my mind went. But
That's amazing. I'm so
Yeah.
glad you implement it very well, right? And that's
Yeah.
the beauty of it because like one that we color coded, right? You look at it is solid proof. It's work or not, right?
Yeah.
And then we can know is prevent us from keeping busy for the sake of busy. That's like entrepreneur, professional working life. We have full busy life, but busy does not guarantee productive and result.
Yeah.
Far from it. So we need to color code and FAQ it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that.
Yep.
We're going to talk about resilience real quick. Can you share a time when you nearly gave up but didn't? And what mental shift happened for you to push through?
Yeah. That was a very hard time for me. I still remember this day. As you know, I was born and raised in a Chinese family. My mom is very traditional woman. I'm sure she want the best for me. But she was born and raised in the environment that a girl, a woman, supposed to be supportive to men, right? Supposed to be invisible. You be there, but you never really there. And then whatever you do don't really count because you are supportive of them. And it's so frustrated for me, right?
Yeah.
I'm the only daughter in the family. I have 3 brothers, right? We love each other. But I'm not even a second class. I am like a no class person. I'm like not even there. And I am like, but I am human too. Right? And I should have the same right. I am as intelligent. I am as ethical. I am as ambitious.
Yes.
I achieve almost the same thing. Why can't I have it? Right? And it's so frustrated. And then sorry, mommy. I tell now. Forgive me for the greater good. And then so my mom tried so hard to put me in the box. Because in that box she hoped that I get a Chinese husband. Right? So she's gonna have Chinese grandchildren. We make her happy. I'm the only daughter, right? I'm like, no, that's not gonna happen. I'm like, I'm a free spirit. I want to do things the way I want to do. And there's conflict. It's huge conflict, right? And I'm going to work like they are more like in Western culture, women have more rights, right? Like we're more like equal right in a sense, right? At work. I come home and my mom is a whole different thing. And I'm so I'm confused. I'm like, so which way should I go? Like, should I just become like mom, so make her happy? But if I do that, I cannot survive in the work environment. I need to make money to have a living. But I don't want to get my mom upset. And that's where the mentor come in. That's where, so I talk to my mentor. I'm like, okay, listen, I did not know what to do. I'm so confused. I'm angry at all the time when I'm with her. I'm angry because I feel she suppressed me, right? But she has my best interest at heart, right? But it's hard when she tries to put you in the box and do things like that, right? And then when I go to work and then I become timid because I'm supposed to be timid from from home. And then they say that I'm not as taking the initiative. I'm like, okay. So I talked to my mentor, right? And luckily my mentor, he has 4 children himself. All right. He has also 1 girl, 3 boys, went through the same thing. So he say, check it. Well, here's the thing. When you come home to your mom, you talk to her, you don't need to argue with her. And she want to talk, let her talk. Listen to one ear and go the other ear. What she want is for you to listen, and whether or not you do it, you don't live with her. She wouldn't know whether or not you do it. Just don't argue with her, right? And give her the peace knowing that she talk her thing and you listen to her thing. And imagine, Jackie, you have like a bubble surrounding you. When people talk to you, right, and get into that bubble, it just reflect out. You don't get hurt. So I'm like, wow, now that is an amazing suggestion. And then he also say, well, Jackie, when you go work, then not your real lifestyle. You have to be yourself. You have to take the initiative. You have to show your color. You have to find the right person to help you to move up. Because at work, not everybody want other people successful, right? It's politics. It's things happen. You need to pay more attention. And then that mentor really helped me to see things in a whole different angle. That's what the very first time I come to realize, oh my God, I spent more than 35 years of my life, had no idea what's going on. Finally, I'm like, I don't have to be one shade. I can just be flexible, right? I can be like, when I'm with mom, make her happy. Don't argue and do things. When I'm work, I have to be different, right? But I think that particular moment is really helped me because now I come to realize, oh, I don't have to be rigid. I can play different role in different time as long as what I want the goal achieve, right? And when mom to be happy, I want and peace, then just listen to her and just be content with it. And then when I go into work, then I have to do what work expect. So that helped me, and that's when things change. I almost give up. I'm like, I'm just too tone, right? I'm like, it is impossible to keep going home in one way to another one. But having mental help a lot, and because of that, I apply that concept to many things in my life. Right. So now when I get into any like a work environment, I know that even for the person, I don't have to do things certain time, right? Some people want to get a response right away. Some people, they can ask, but you don't have to get a response right away. They are more like an introvert. Take your time, right? And then some people that you can be real and talk to them. Some people, they don't want to hear. They just want to have their ego stroke. Okay, just do it, right? So I think that really shaped my mindset that I can be flexible, right? And I'm still be with me. But the main thing for me is I want peace. Like I want peace. I come from the war zone of Vietnam, like your country right now. I just want peace and happiness. And because of that, I would do anything necessary to tailor to that path. And because of that, now I know what needs to be done. I hope it makes sense.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you. When you talk about finding peace and wanting peace for yourself, as a business person, right? How do you balance striving and wanting that for, wanting to achieve the goal and still keeping like your sanity and still having that peace?
Wow. Now that is $1 million question.
Where is the $1 million?
You're gonna win this when you have it. You can earn like so much more than million. This, I hope the answer will serve you well. And I thank you for that question. That is so amazing question. For me, right, finding peace in my business to me is not everything. I think business is just a small part of my life, right? Like we talked on the last episode, right? The reason I have business and I set the goal is because I imagine on my deathbed when I'm 120 years old. I want to live for 10,000 years, but it's impossible. Let's settle for 120. So I imagine, right, 120 when I'm in my deathbed, I have about like 15 minutes to live, right? I look back, I'm like, what would be I so proud of in my journey? What would I be so proud of, right? What would I want to be remembered for, right? So I'm like, okay, I want to be so proud and be remembered as a loving daughter, sister, partner, right? And then a friend, a colleague, the one live with integrity, the one will always be there for other, but fearless in defend what is right. I want to be remembered by that, right? And then also in business, what do I want to remember for? I want to be remembered for someone that help other people life better. Right. And then also be able to be successful in my own business so I can help other people. Right. Because there is no point to have a business when one is not successful and be grumpy about it.
Yeah.
Right? It's only get worse, right? And so because of that, when I have my own business, I keep that in mind all the time. Right? And when I go out there and talk to the potential client about the business, my first element in the FAQ formula, right? Are they the right prospect for me? I am such a happy person. Right? I am a very candid person, happy and fearless. I would like my client to have similar personality. Right? I don't want people come into my coaching to debate, to argue, and to fight for us because I'm not into it. Right? If they want maybe some other coach is better for me. I would like someone that would like to learn the wisdom. Like I try to learn the wisdom from my mentor. I would love to share the hard lesson I learned in life so others don't have to go through that path. So you can be successful sooner. I love to share that. But it takes the right mindset of the customer to do that. Right? So because of that, to find peace in my business, the qualification of FAQ is so critical. So by the time that I accept the qualification, I know for sure they are like a best friend we work with because we have the right personality, right? They have the need, right? They have the decision maker and they have the funding. It's all good. And they really would like to need help and they appreciative of help. And I am here to help them. So we perfect match, right? And then before that, before we do together, I also have like an agreement to sign. In that agreement, I list very in detail, like what to be expect or not, right? The program is for coaching and mentoring.
Yes.
The coaching is a two-way street, right? It's not consulting it. We hire somebody, there's a problem, you saw it, that consultant, right? Coaching is we talk things out, right?
Yes.
I will listen to what they say. From what they say, I want to hold a mirror so they can see it themselves and then figure out what they would do, right? And then if they would like to learn from my wisdom, right? Now that I'm already in on the other side, they want to learn my wisdom, I share with them that mentorship. But I want them to understand when by the time they sign the agreement, they should understand I am not here to give them all the answer. This is not a consultation. If they want consultation, it's a different agreement, right? And because of that, when they step into the program, they have the right mindset, right? And because they have the right mindset, we just have fun, right? They understand that they have to do half of the job.
Yeah.
For me to do my half, right? I'd be happy to go 67, 80, 90%, but they have to do something. And because of that, oh my God, I talk to a lot of my fellow entrepreneurs. It saved me a lot of problem because especially for new and emerging entrepreneurs, because at the beginning, we really want to business up.
Yeah.
We may take all people, nightmare. Not suggested. It's a mental hazard, right? So I think that's to know where we stand. For me, right, what I stand is I want to be remembered as a loved one. I want to be able to have a successful business and contribute. But my biggest thing is I want peace and happiness, right? If that, whatever I do not yield to peace and happiness, I'm not into it, regardless of who that is or whatever the reward. And because I set it so straight, I get into my business with fun because I know what I want. And then I build it to come in and the people come and work with me. And you look at like my website for the Treasure Life's Journey website, you see so many testimonials of happy. And then that's only partial. I have so many, I didn't have time to put it up there. It's because we have the right partner with the right customer to work with. The same if our audience, right? If you work in a company, if you talk with your loved one, make sure the person you interact with is the right one. The world is big. You don't have to suffer in the circle or the interaction that's not supportive of you, not worthy of you. Life is too short. We only have one life to live. Right? Go out there, match with the right person because they be happy to help you because they want the best for you. That's what the world is. And I wish you the best. It can be done.
Yeah. Business sounding like dating.
Yes,
Like,
it's right now. It should be fun, right? It should be fun. Yeah. Like me, right? I mean, I go on like a business, right? One thing I'm very lucky, like the topic I speak, right? And how that the business owner can close out in one conversation is so hard. It's almost impossible. Right. And then like the Hall of Fame speaker, right? And then the 29-time Emmy Award winner builds that and say, Jackie, your framework is so simple, it's so easy to follow. And on top of that, you did that and then you share it just amazing. And so when I want people to know about the formula, people ask me, Jackie, why don't you keep it a secret? Because there will be a copycat, copy that and then put it down. Well, here's the thing, right? I believe in the sincerity, the kindness of people, right? If people that take that formula and then show other, I hope they give me the credit, right? And then I hope that they too be able to help other people better. But I would not prevent it from sharing it for the greater good, because I want people to know it so that they be able in their communication will be more persuasive, right? With more motivation, more tactful. And then so they get the result, because I feel like especially recently the world is a little bit more challenged. People like confrontation, disagreement. Is no need to be like that, right? We human. I believe that we want other people to be successful. Other people want us to be successful. Be kind, be nice. We only have one life to live. Live the best. Have fun. Enjoy every moment of it.
Thank you for that, Jackie.
You're welcome.
Yeah. And as we get close to the end of our conversation, I just want to remind us, please, if you have yet to hit the subscription button, go ahead and hit that subscription button as we look to grow our community here on Self-Reflection Podcast. It will mean so much to me. Jackie, I want to ask you one final question here. When it comes down to mindset and shifting the mindset, what has been one of the greatest lessons that you have learned when it comes down to mindset, whether if it's through business or personal life? And also, what is one advice you would give a young entrepreneur like myself on the topic of mindset? On what kind of mindset we should have?
Right. The mindset is best for entrepreneurs to have, and also for all of us to have, is I'm worth it. I worth every penny of it. And they're very lucky to have me. Point blank. If we do that, then as a business owner, we're not desperate, because our service, our product really are needed. We are specially skilled in what we do. Right? Just connect with the right person that need that. But always remember, I'm worth it, every penny of it. Right? That's the thing, right? And then the other second one that you would say is ask me again the second question in one sentence so I can answer you precisely. The second question.
The second question, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
The second question was more of what advice would you give a young entrepreneur? But you said that no, that you're worth it. I think the first part of the question was, what is the mindset that shift for you? What kind of mindset shift for you? One of the biggest lessons that you learned.
For me, I like simplicity. Right, life does not have to be that complicated, right? And I like simple life, happy, peaceful life. So for me, there's only one mindset and one only. I am worth it, and they are very lucky to come to get to know us. Right? If we do that, then we know that the person we come in contact, because out of the goodness of our heart, we want the best for others. But if they're not into it, don't pursue it. Why waste time for someone that not treasure you? Find someone that really love you for who you are and enjoy to be with you. Make it the world a better place, because you worth it.
That's a dating advice as well.
That's for sure. Dating advice. That's the dating advice. Actually, I got my boyfriend. We have each other almost 10 years based on that advice. Otherwise, we would have missed each other. That's the whole thing.
Wow.
So,
yeah, thank you so much again. How can we connect with you on social media or on your any platform that you're on for us?
Oh, thank you so much. So the best way that our audience can connect with me is through my website. It's called treasurelifesjourney.com. treasurelifesjourney.com. Or you can also connect with me on my LinkedIn, Jackie Wu. The last name is W-U. The first name is Jackie, Jackie, Jackie Wu. And then put in treasurelifejourney.com. Or if you want, get a hang of me fastly, connect with Lira. She has my cell phone number. She has my personal email address, and she is very open-minded. You connect with her, and she will let me know. And I cannot wait to have a talk with you and share with you the life journey, the lesson learned, because I want you to be able to achieve your life goal. Hopefully, 20 years sooner than me. It will make me so happy. I hope to see you there with the fun life there is.
Thank you so much, Jackie. Thank you again for just creating the time to come on Self Reflection Podcast. I know your week has been slammed,
Yeah.
especially coming back from your trip
Yeah.
from August. So thank you so much for coming on to Self Reflection Podcast, and I appreciate all the wisdom, the nuggets, and even in our last conversation that did not happen on camera. I remember you just like not. I would say read me, right? You
Yeah.
read me in that moment, and I genuinely appreciate you being so honest with me in that space, because it allowed me to reflect back on myself, like what is important to me.
Yeah.
So I genuinely appreciate that.
Oh,
Thank
you're
you.
most welcome. I
Yeah.
am honored that we have the opportunity to get to know each other. And I so appreciate that you do this for this podcast is so important. I wish that I know a platform like this, maybe like 20 years sooner, I wouldn't have to go through the difficulty. But now, audience, you have one of the most amazing platform. Thanks to Lira and thanks to our videographer right there. I am grateful, and hopefully we'll see you again the next time. Feel free to get in touch with me, and I cannot wait to meet you and have a conversation with you.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for joining me on Self Reflection Podcast. And thanks to our guest, Jackie, for joining us today, sharing some mindset tips here. One of my biggest takeaway from this conversation today is knowing that I am worth it. So I hope that you feel worth it as well in your journey, whatever it's your personal journey or an entrepreneur journey that you're on. Again, if you haven't subscribed to Self Reflection Podcast, please go ahead and hit the subscription button as we look to grow our community here. We want more people to find this amazing conversation. We want more people to find a way to shift their mindset or continue to build the mindset that they have. Thank you so much for joining us on Self Reflection Podcast. I hope to see you in the next episode. Leave your comments. Let us know what you liked about this podcast episode. Let us know what resonated with you. And, and also if you want to connect with Jackie, her website is going to be in the description part of this conversation. And of course, you can always DM me to get to Jackie. I hope you guys have a blessed day. Take care of yourself, love yourself, be kind, and be gentle with yourself. Until next time, you're listening to Self Reflection Podcast. And this is your girl, Lira. Ta-da!
Thank you. Bye-bye.